Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, please subscribe. I'd really love that. If you're returning, how you doing? What we're going to be talking about right now is something that I found and I said, oh my dear God, why would this man have the even nerve or the gall to say something like this? So Larry Ellison, all right, he is the new owner of TikTok. Okay, so Big Balls comes in, thinks he can do and say whatever he wants, right? So he says that schools can be locked down instantly. Just boom, just like that. And AI cameras would flag the second someone pulls a pew pew. Okay. All right, well, that's great, grand, fantastic. Okay. If you're going to use it for that and that alone, awesome. Keep our kids safe. Right on? Well, this guy, he started out, okay, with this company, okay? It's called Oracle. And his Oracle empire started as a CIA project. Okay, so keep that in mind. So, is this protection or is this surveillance? Take a listen to what Larry Ellison has to say.
Securing schools, we think we can absolutely lock down schools so that dramatically reduce the case of anyone being on campus that doesn't belong on campus, and immediately alert. Second, someone pulls out a gun, immediately alert. Use AI cameras to immediately recognize that. But we keep everyone off campus that doesn't belong on campus. The police, another thing. Body cameras. We completely redesigned body cameras. Our body cameras cost $70. Normal body camera costs, I don't know, $7,000. Our body cameras are simply lenses, two lenses attached to your vest, attached to the smartphone that you're wearing. And we actually take the video that the police officer is, by the way, and the camera's always on. You don't turn it on and off. And by the way, the way you turn it on you can't turn it on. I'm going to the bathroom. Oracle, I need 2 minutes to take a bathroom break, and we'll turn it off. The truth is, we don't really turn it off. What we do is we record it so no one can see it, but no one can get into that recording without a court order. So you get the privacy you requested. But a court order, if you get a court order, we will, judge, can order, I want to look at that, this so-called bathroom break. If there's something comes up, and plus I'm going to lunch with my friends. Oracle, I need an hour for privacy with lunch with my friends. God bless. We won't listen in unless there's a court order. But it's interesting. But we transmit the video back to headquarters. So headquarters and AI is constantly monitoring the video. Remember this terrible case in Memphis where the 5 police officers basically beat to death another citizen in Memphis? Well, that can't happen because it would be on TV at headquarters. Everyone would see it. Your body can't.
So he's the co-founder of this Oracle, right? And proposed using AI-powered cameras in school to detect devices instantly. And it'll trigger lockdowns in the schools. Okay, that's wonderful. Like I said, let's keep our kids, our grandkids, nieces and nephews safe at all times, okay? Because this is supposed to aim at enhancing school safety amid recent high-profile incidents. I'm all for it. Okay, I'm all for keeping the children safe. But Oracle's origins trace back to a 1970s CIA database project, highlighting its deep ties to U.S. intelligence, which may influence perceptions of its technology as both protective and surveillance-oriented. So the proposal itself aligns with broader trends in AI surveillance, as seen in companies like Evolve, and that's EVOLV technology, which has been deploying AI based screening in schools and public venues as well, which is raising concerns about privacy versus security. Well, in my opinion, when it comes to our schools, security all the way around. Okay. Um, but this guy, Larry Ellison, his vision, it extends way beyond schools. It's advocating for low cost body cameras on school personnel connected to smartphones for AI monitoring. Okay, because that could work, because you could have the cameras in the hallways, you could have them in the doorways, at the entrances of the schools, but you don't quite know what goes on inside the classrooms, because a lot of times there's incidents that happen inside of our classrooms, and you don't quite know who started what originated what, unless someone pulls out their cell phone and starts recording. But since cell phones are now being banned in schools, who's going to record what? Okay, so with the school personnel now having these low cost body cameras on them that are now connected to smartphones, this could be a good idea. This is a concept that he discussed in a 2024 call with investors, that is reflecting like a push towards comprehensive surveillance systems. But like I said, if this is only, going to be implemented in our schools, I'm all for it. Okay. But there's debate. There's debate over whether this is protection or surveillance that is heightened by Oracle's history with government contracts and the potential for such technology to be used beyond immediate safety, as seen in similar AI initiatives like something called Zero Eyes, okay, which has lobbied for state funds to implement gun detection systems in school. But a lot of schools already have metal detectors at their entrances. So, and this is not something that's new. Okay, a lot of the schools that are in what is considered inner city have metal detectors at their entrances. So that's not like it should become as a shock to any of you. But anyway, I really think that if this is only going to be used in our schools, that would be great. Okay. And the body cameras on the school personnel, that would be wonderful. Because like I said, a lot of incidents, especially, okay, in our high schools, where you have all-out brawls over who's dating who said what, who started this, who's doing this, and then, someone's pulling out somebody's hair, for crying out loud. So, and then if you remember, oh my gosh, how long ago was it? What was it? A 6-year-old had taken his mother's piece to school and did what he did to the teacher because he said he didn't want to do his classwork because he didn't agree with the teacher. So, it's not just our high schoolers that are causing trouble. It's also, third graders, because the parents are not securing their peace at home. So, you know, there's a lot of things to be said when it comes to this subject. But I don't know. But I know here in Florida and a few other states as well, you're not allowed, the kids aren't allowed to have their phones anymore because um, they said that the kids are too distracted. And I can agree with that. But they said that they're not allowed to have their phones on while in school, but they can still have their phones on their person, but they have to be turned off. Because myself and my son and my daughter-in-law had, pretty much put up a stink and called the school and said, listen, with everything that's going on in this country, okay, we've got an 11-year-old and a 10-year-old in your school system. And if something pops off, I want them to be able to call home and say, call 911, come get me, whatever the case may be. Because sometimes that's their only way of reaching out, even if it's just a text message. Nana, this is what's going on. Come get me. Okay, I'll be right there. I'm right down the street. You know what I'm saying? So, these are the things that have to be taken into consideration. Okay, yeah, turn the phone off while class is in session. Turn it back on while you are walking from class to class. Or you can turn it on during lunch, during recess, whatever. That's just my opinion, and I'm sticking to it. Um, you know, because there's too many things that can happen from point A to point B. And I want my granddaughter and my grandson to be able to call me and say, Nana, this is what's going on. Okay, no problem. Thank you. I'll be there, or I'll get a hold of mom and dad, or, that type of thing, because they know that I'm literally right down the street from their school. So it's not a problem, you know? All right, guys, I'm out of here. I will see you in the next one. You stay safe, you stay positive, you keep prepping. And as always, fear less and God bless. Ciao.